What is going on, everybody? It is Chiral Drifter here with another one of Chiral's Corners. I have been thinking about how the heck I'm gonna make this video. I've been just like messing with the lighting so much. I know the lighting is just what is subpar, but it's not why you guys are here, right? It's to hang out. It's to feel like you guys are just chilling with a buddy on a Friday night or something. Isn't this cool? This is one of the PlayStation themes, and I know you can't really see it because all this freaking bloat that's on in the background, but it's a freaking campfire, and it makes campfire sounds. And that is, like, I literally will just throw this on, and I'll just chill with this in the background. It's pretty cool. Like, I remember the PS3 had some pretty cool themes and ambiances and all that stuff like that. But what am I going to talk about today? I wrote down a little bit of, not like notes or anything, but just a couple things that I wanted to like touch on. Well, of course we're going to talk about games, right? It's Chiral's Corner. It's Chiral Drifter, man. This whole freaking channel is about games. And man, if you're a gamer, right, you know that games stick with you like throughout your entire life. There's always going to be games. And it's funny because I guess just like a good movie or book or any piece of media, like whatever you're playing now is going to take you back to a specific time that you played it, right? Which is pretty interesting because now that I'm here, that I'm living in Germany, I'm probably going to think of Germany whenever I think of Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 1. When I first started the Resident Evil series, I probably think about this time of the year, 2026, when it was super cold and I don't know, pretty cool. And speaking of Resident Evil, I am so excited for Requiem coming out next month. That's Resident Evil 9. I'm on Resident Evil 2 right now, dude, and I'm excited about 9. But what's cool is that I got the Switch bundle. Maybe I'll throw a picture of it on screen. But it comes with 7, 8, and 9. That is sick. Because I haven't played 7 or 8 or 9, and neither has anybody else. But that is awesome. And actually, so the day one release on Switch, or pretty much for everybody worldwide, right, for Resident Evil 9, 7 and 8 are dropping for the Switch as well because it's not on. I don't think it's on. At least like not. There might be like a cloud save game. I don't really know too much about the Nintendo Switch cloud gaming thing where you can like buy cloud games, which is weird to me. It feels like something like that would come with a subscription service, but then again, Nintendo Switch Online is not that much money, to be honest. I think it's like $3.99 a month. I could be totally wrong, and I know it's significantly cheaper than, say, PlayStation or Game Pass. I know Game Pass's prices are crazy. I kind of want to touch on that too. I'll just speak briefly on that, but having unlimited choice, you just end up playing nothing. Am I right? Am I wrong or am I right? Because I have PlayStation Plus and I will specifically go and see, what are the games that are free this month, right? I'll download those games, but I don't think I ever get to them. Because to be completely transparent with you guys, you can go all the way to the right, and then see your library of games, and then go over to like your purchased or something like that. Like the games that are just not downloaded. And I have so many in there. And a lot of them are PlayStation Plus games that I've gotten and just never ended up playing. If you totally take advantage of PlayStation Plus and Game Pass, awesome. But I don't really. And that's why I also like physical media, because it reminds me, hey, I'm sitting on the shelf right here. You haven't played me yet. Or like you put 3 hours into me, dude. Like, what am I doing sitting on your shelf? You know? Because in the end, I want my physical gaming collection and space to be about games that I truly love and have like a deep connection with. Like, I don't want to just like collect a game that I didn't really jive with, you know? Which is cool because I just ordered Resident Evil 4 remake for the PlayStation 5, and that's coming like in a few weeks. Speaking of Resident Evil 2, I did complete Leon's story. If you're in the Discord, you know that already because we have a Discord channel called Mission Complete, right? And we will like drop some screenshots or talk about a game that we had just complete and how we thought about it, like what we thought about it. And we also have like a 6 screenshots channel for games that like, you know, deserves, you know, just cool photo opportunities, and it's just super cool. It's a different way to interact with the hobby, definitely. But yeah, Resident Evil 2, I beat Leon's story. I'm now playing through Claire's story. I think majority of the game is the same, but how you get to certain objectives and who, like the paths are different. Like, you won't go down the same exact doors that you would with Leon because Claire gets a different set of keys or something like that. Like, I know a few of the spots that Leon couldn't go to that Claire has access to, and vice versa, right? But it's been so fun. It's been like oddly inviting. A game like that you would think is like super scary and like doesn't really invite you to come back, but truly it's weird because I feel like, I don't know, like I go down these paths and like I'm like I've been here before, but it's cool when something is different. When Mr. X Tyrant, when he pulls up and it's like a different area when you first meet him, or like how when you meet Marvin, if you played Resident Evil, you know Marvin. Leon has like a lot of dialogue with him because he's in the police force, and but it's different with Claire because she doesn't have that connection. So when you go into the police station and you go to see Marvin, he's already zombified. Like, there's no dialogue with him. Instead, later on, you get different dialogue with characters that Leon never even meets. So that's super cool and really enjoyable. And I'm just super enjoying Resident Evil right now. That's like my main jam. My peanut butter and jelly is freaking Resident Evil right now. Besides that though, I'm also playing the Switch. It's back here. You see it actually right there. I'm playing a few games on it. Admittedly, I am taking a little bit of a hiatus from Nintendo Switch Online. It's so awesome. And my last Chiral's Corner, I basically went off the rails and I just talked about it for like 20 minutes, right? It is so fun, like playing a lot of N64. I think primarily then, right, I was just playing like N64 games. I put GameCube on rest, and you guys can see behind me, I nerd out about these guys all the time, but my Nintendo Switch Online N64 controller. Hold on a second, we're not done. And if you've seen these, you're gonna see them again, okay? Because I like them that much. And then my NSO GameCube controller. Oh shoot, this is about to fall. I love these things so much, and they just totally add to the immersiveness and the snappiness and the response. It just feels so authentic when you're playing NSO. But admittedly, I am taking a little bit of a break from it. I don't really know why. I think I just sort of played a lot of them in a short amount of time, and I just kind of fell back a bit. Maybe not because of anything, because I was playing Ocarina of Time, and I still am. And I finally got to the part where Link is becoming an adult. I got all of the spiritual stones, right, that I needed to do, and he is at the Temple of Time right now, and he is, going to become an adult. But I needed a little bit of a break, and I don't really know why. Maybe to prioritize the Resident Evil 2, because this last weekend, this video is probably going to come out. It is going to come out on the weekend, right? Or at least Friday. But last weekend, I finished Resident Evil. And, man, I just been thinking about it nonstop. And I just had to get back up in there and start the second story. So, yeah, the game is done. But I am continuing so that I get the real ending. Air quotes, but not really, because I guess they do consider it the real ending when you get both. I don't know if anything special happens. We'll see. I'll probably keep you guys updated for the next the next Chiral's Corner. So yeah, Resident Evil 2 is up there. I've got a couple games that I'm probably not really playing, but all the way at the end is Resident Evil 3. And whatever, say what you want, right? If you're a Resident Evil fanboy, you might not like Resident Evil 3. I don't know. I know that people like the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis game. What's cool, and I didn't know this, is that on the PlayStation Classics catalog, they have Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, like the original games. So if you want to play them and you have the PlayStation Classics or PlayStation Extra that comes with the Classics catalog, then yeah, go check it out, maybe. Other than that, I mean, I am playing more Switch 2. I didn't even talk about these games yet. I am playing Link's Awakening. I don't know why. Every time I talk about Link's Awakening, I start to yawn. And that's not in like a disrespectful way. I don't know why. The game is just so peaceful and soothing, and even in like the kind of like tense moments, it's just like full of vibes, man. Like the claymation sort of look of the characters is just like so cool and cute, and I just really enjoy it. So Link's Awakening, I actually did get it when I first had a Nintendo Switch in like 2021. So I did get Link's Awakening when I first got my first Nintendo Switch, the OLED model. And I don't know, I didn't really like it then. Sorry to say. I just think I didn't have an attachment to the series just yet. Because after that I played Breath of the Wild, and I've played since then like Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't beat it, but I do plan on putting a dent into it this year. I don't know if I'll beat it this year. I will try. You guys have seen this before. If you have well, one, I've got the Tears of the Kingdom Link amiibo, which is cool, right? But I have this, which is the entire guide book for the game. And that is awesome because my wife, she had gotten me this. Chun, chun, chun. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom collector's edition. I got this a while ago. Like, I think maybe like 2 Christmases ago? I don't know. I might have bought it a while ago. But this is so cool. My plan, right, is to play Tears of the Kingdom, but use the guidebook. Like, almost like an old, like back in the day when you would, like that's how you get that was the old like walkthrough, right? You didn't look it up on YouTube. You went to your book if you had it, or like somebody who had a book or something. Maybe the library had like the walkthrough guide book. But this is so cool because like all the information is in there about crafting, about zones, about weather, about freaking bosses, like weapons, like shrines. Like, it's got it all. So if I am playing the game and I'm like stuck on a shrine, I will definitely reference this book before I go to YouTube and I start looking stuff up, because that's the more organic way to do it, right? Like, looking it up is just telling you the answers to the test. I'm sorry. I record these videos in the morning while the noodle is not cooked yet. No, seriously, I don't know, like, how do you guys operate? Because I feel like I'm more of a morning person in that my brain hasn't been fried yet. That sounds so bad, but like, I just feel like I'm not under a lot of stress in the morning, you know? Like, the day hasn't really begun yet, so I have the opportunity to not, like, freak out about anything because my thoughts are just so pure. They're so, like, they're unformed. Like, nothing has gone through one ear and out the other, and nothing has been able to, like, I haven't really been able to process too much yet today. So with that load being low, I can, like, I don't know, think about these things. But by the end of the day, I thought about last night. I was like, maybe I'll make my Chiral's Corner video right now. And then my brain was just like, no. I was like, there was like no signal on in my head. So the mornings are the best time for me to create, not just like create these kinds of videos, but sit down and sort of sit down with my thoughts and see what it is that I'm actually thinking. Besides that, what other games am I playing? I said Link's Awakening. I talked about Tears of the Kingdom and the guidebook. Diablo II Resurrected. Yeah, I'm playing that on the Nintendo Switch as well. I kind of just started, but I'm playing as a druid, which I've never played as before. To be honest, I haven't really played a lot of Diablo 2 at all. I don't think I've gotten past like Act 1. I got past like the first zone, but I don't know anything about the next one. I might have just stopped after that. I don't know who I played as. The thing that I don't like, that I kind of discussed with Loose Cartridge, is that on the Discord, is that I don't really like how there's not character creation and customization. Like, it's cool playing as a different class, and honestly the druid looks pretty sick. Like, I'd probably make my druid the way that he looks, but just knowing that I can't tweak it at all makes me like a little hesitant to play the game, because when I play these games, I want to play as my character. And that's kind of true for a lot of games, especially like RPGs, right? But if it's a game like The Witcher, I understand that I'm playing as Geralt. You know, the Geralt of Rivia. I know I'm playing as him, and I'm going to roleplay as Geralt. And that's a little bit different. But when it's like Skyrim, you're the Dragonborn. When it's Diablo, you are this crazy adventurer who is on a quest to stop the forces of hell, right? And it's like, who is your guy? What is his... You can still make a story. That's completely fine. But I just like... It just adds to the immersion when I can create the guy and like, ooh, why does he have this scar on his face? Why does he wear this war paint? Why does he have that hairstyle? You know, just things like that. But the game is cool, and it's a Diablo game. It is an old Diablo game, which makes it even better, right? If you guys are interested in Diablo 1, go check out Loose Cartridge's video. I'm gonna be completely honest. Loose Cartridge, he's a buddy of mine, but like, he is honestly probably my favorite creator right now. The guy is just so authentic. The stuff that he talks about is so pure, and it super feels like old school YouTube. And you can just tell that the passion is pouring from his voice, and I don't know, I just really like his stuff. If you guys want to go check him out, I'll leave a link in the description, and if I didn't, maybe it's in the comments. But he's a super cool dude. I'm not gonna sit here and start to shout out everybody, but I got a lot of cool friends in this space, and everybody who's in the Discord is, I consider, a friend. Like, we've engaged in some way or another, and it's just so cool creating this community that is just like-minded people who enjoy something and they want to talk about it, and there are people there to listen. You know, sometimes you go throughout the day and it's just like, man, today sucked. You go on, but like, instead of like modern day social media, I go on my Discord and I close the app after I'm not doom scrolling. We're on the app. There's always some more discussion to be read and had, but then that's it. You close the app and it's over. But like, you leave that app, you close the app feeling rejuvenated. Like, you just read something that was like insightful, or like, just people talking about passions and stuff that they're doing right now. And it's not the equivalent to doom scrolling. It's not the equivalent to any of that. I'm sorry I keep plugging the Discord, but like, you guys are super cool, and I really appreciate the community, because at the end of the day, without you, there is no community, and I just really appreciate that you guys are even here to listen to me yap and talk about stuff like this. The last game I'm playing is Children of Morta. I'm playing it on the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know if it's still on sale, but the game was literally like $2.99 or something insane. Like, the eShop has been cooking lately. But then again, like, there's been sales on like every freaking platform, and I do caution against sales when they're like that. It's not to say that the games themselves are bad, because the games are always good, usually, right? It's just that you can spiral into collecting and picking up a bunch of games that you're not ready for yet. And while they might be a great deal and on a super good sale, there's always going to be another sale. And then by the time that next sale comes up, I bet you have not even beat one of those games that you previously bought. And maybe you did beat a game, right? But like, if you bought a few of them, you did not like complete all of them. And there's always going to be more games, more good games on sale. So it's just like, I'm definitely torn about how I feel about sales and stuff like that, because on one hand, it is a great opportunity to pick up games that you have not played yet, have not gotten around to playing yet. But on the other hand, it's just like, I don't know, it just seems like too much. And I've been trying to like pitter patter around it, like tiptoe around it, and see, okay, like, put it in my wish list. Is this actually what I would like? Because I've got like, I don't know, just like a few bucks left from whatever gift card that I had, and I can totally like probably get one more game, at least like a decent game, probably an indie game that is on sale, because they've got like crazy sales right now. But yeah, anyways, just yeah, on to the next thing. The last topic that I want to talk about is this time of the year. It's just like super weird. It's mid to late. Yeah, it's late January now, right? But it just feels like everything has been working up to this moment. And what I mean by that is like, from like October, you've got Halloween. In November, you have Thanksgiving. But then like Thanksgiving is always like the start of like the holiday season, right? And then like everything works its way up to like December 24th, 25th. And then it's like, oh, Christmas happened. And then it's working its way into the new year. And the new year has always been cool. Like I've always made like New Year's resolutions and stuff. And just the last few years, I've definitely journaled and documented how the year went and how I would like the next year to go, which has been super helpful. But after the new year, like January 2nd, it's like, okay, like the new year happened and I know I've got things that I want to accomplish. But then like, I don't know, a few days and weeks go by and then it's January and it's just like, what the heck? To me, I feel like January, February, March are just like this weird quarter of the year where I feel lost usually. Like, you know, spring, summer, winter, there's always things going on. But like when real winter starts, right? There's not much going on. And I really have to think in terms of like day to day and just small goals to really help me get through day by day, because it's easy, especially this time of the year, to kind of fall into a rut. I don't know. What do you guys do? What do you guys do during this time of the year? Is it weird for you like it is for me? Do you guys feel the same way? If you do, then what do you guys try to do to, I don't know, cheer yourself up and keep on keeping on, right? There's a lot of good going on right in front of you. You just gotta identify it and put it on the pedestal, higher than, you know, the bad. And there's always gonna be good and bad, right? Like, without the bad, you could never appreciate the good. So I don't know. I think we'll leave it there because that sounds like a good spot to end the video. If you guys enjoyed this content, this sort of like chill, old school YouTube commentary, sit down with your buddy on a Friday night, just talk about life and games, then give me a like, subscribe, and leave a comment because I love reading all your guys' comments. I will see you guys in the next one. I'll see you at the next bonfire. Don't you dare go hollow. It's been Chiral. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.